Hello and welcome back to the channel. I have been a little bit under the weather, so if you can hear my, like cold in my voice, I'm really sorry. I'm gonna try not to sniffle on this recording at all. Today's video is kind of a random hodgepodge. I talked about redoing my butterfly garden, butterfly park area in my campsite redecorating video, and there wasn't enough to that to really make it its own video, so I wanted to walk you through that today just to show you what I did, how it looks, how it's different, how it looks behind the campsite, because I think it looks a lot better now. So that is just like a quick little bit in this. After that, I think we're just kind of gonna run around my island and look at where we're at right now. I'm gonna brainstorm some ideas. I would really like to save a dream address, but I just never have ever done that before. So this will be the first time I ever really finish my island and save a dream address. And hopefully we can kind of figure out what my island theme even is today. I've never really thought about an island theme before now, and just kind of looking at my island, I almost think maybe kind of garden core, norm core, something very simple and naturey, that's kind of my style on this island, I think. I've just never really thought about it before. Without any further ado, let's get to looking at this island. So here we are in the kind of butterfly park, butterfly garden area. I really enjoy how this came out. I wanted it to be simple and very, very full of nature just because it's right behind the campsite, which is down here below, and it is visible in the campsite, so I just really wanted it to not clash and not be full of a bunch of items that didn't go super well. I think this hedge really kind of blocks it off mostly, which is nice, and then everything that you can see doesn't stick out like a sore thumb or anything like that. I really like how this turned out. It's very reminiscent of whenever I would go camping as a child, so I think that's why I like it so much, very nostalgic for me. Let's go ahead and look at my cliffs first, and then we can kind of check out the rest of the island. Right back here is my secret beach. Not a lot going on there right now, so eventually I would like to add more of a little lounge chair down here, and maybe a coconut tree that's actually going to grow because it's not placed too close to the rock. Oops. So maybe gussy that up a little bit, but honestly it's pretty small. Up here I have my orchard, and it's a little overrun with weeds, and honestly I just grabbed every item I thought I might want to use and just kind of threw it down willy-nilly. So it's not super decorated, but these are a lot of the items that I will want to use. I just think I'll want to kind of rearrange, redecorate just a little bit. I would also like to make my own custom designs. I'm using quite a few custom designs that I just randomly happened across, and I think that I would be happier with them if I actually made them myself. Moving on from the orchard, I have a little farm over here, and this little farm might be moving eventually, that way it can be a bigger farm. Either that or I'll just make another little farm somewhere on my island so I can have more crops. Up here is quite a mess because this is just flower storage. I really want one of every flower, and I was like, how am I going to keep track of if I have one of every flower? I know, I'll just make a big patch of all the flowers, and then they just got out of control, so that's what this is. Eventually this will all go away, and I would like to make this kind of a picnic and stargazing area. I think that would be really cute. I just threw this moon up here out of the way because I was thinking about making this a stargazing area already. And then who knows what else I might put up here. Maybe I'll break this cliff down and make a little bit more room down here. I am not super sure. I also know that a lot of my cliffs over here are very straight, and that just doesn't look very organic, very natural, so I'll want to reshape some of those anyway. As we come this way, we get into some more like little mini areas where I just like to put seating areas and such. Not much to do there. Again, I am so sorry if you can hear that I'm a little sniffly, a little sick. I know it's probably gross to listen to, but I can't keep waiting to record, so sorry about that. Anyway, this is my yard officially. It's kind of big. I don't know if I should knock this cliff back a little bit or what, or if I should just make like a beautiful garden here with one of every flower. I'm not super sure. My yard has just kind of been neglected since the beginning, so sorry yard. But yeah, eventually I will make that pretty as well. Coming down these stairs, we come to my favorite place on my island by far. This is my bunny park that I made in another video that you can go watch. It was leading up to Bunny Day, but I do plan on leaving this park all year round. I just really love it. I really love bunnies. I really love the shaped pond. It came out exactly how I wanted. While we're over here, there is a little picnic area on this peninsula, And there's a tiny bit of stuff thrown on a rock in the very back, I think. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of stuff thrown back here, so that'll get rearranged eventually. I won't do anything crazy with the beaches just because, I don't know, maybe I'm lazy, I don't know. I won't do anything too crazy with the beaches for sure. And then as we come down here, it is just, you know, nothing. Just kind of greenery, scenery area. I will leave a lot of like natural areas on my island because I do want it to feel like a deserted island still. You know, not super deserted, obviously we're here, but you know, I wanted to have that vibe still. These people came here for island living, they will get island living. As we move over here, we see my first couple of villager houses yet. Actually, let me pull up the map for you. I don't know why I haven't done this yet. Oops, that's not the map. Good job, Jill. Here we go. Here is my island map, and you can see I am right next to a couple of villager houses. This is Coco's house and Hippo's house. And they are kind of away from town, away from everybody else. Everybody on my island is a dreamy except for Petrie. I really want to swap her out for another bunny rabbit. I'm not super sure who. Maybe Ruby. I love Ruby, but her nose weirds me out. But regardless, these two are kind of over here because maybe they want even more country living than the other people, and also it just makes my house not seem so far away from everyone else's because I did really like the area I put my house in, but then I felt really far away from the village that I made. So everybody else is kind of in a nice little housing district, and that housing district is a tiny bit cramped, but I think it turned out nice anyway. I thought there were going to be a lot more like buildings added onto our islands, like the coffee shop was going to be its own thing, and a bunch of buildings from old games were going to come back, but that didn't end up happening. So then I kind of crammed them all together for no reason, but I think it worked out. I think it worked out in the end. We'll look at it. But you know, this is what my map looks like. Nothing impressive, nothing crazy. And most of my villagers' yards are fully decorated. Their interiors are mostly decorated as well. Like here, we'll run in Coco's house for a second. Here she is cooking. I already came in and got what she was cooking. So they're just very simply redecorated, you know, not a ton going on in here, but I still think it looks really nice and very Coco. I was so pleased to get to redecorate everybody's houses, and I plan on doing a video where I just show off everybody's yards, everybody's interiors, whenever I've redone everybody. There's only a few left on my list, I think. But regardless, this is the inside of Coco's house, just as a little sneak peek. I thought it was only fitting that right next to Coco's house we have my little gyroid garden. I love how this turned out. I just think it's so cute. Everything is just so cluttered and I just love it. I need to dig up that fossil spot. I'm pretty darn sure I have one of every single gyroid in here, and if not, don't tell me in the comments below because I'll feel really bad and have to hunt for another one. No, for real, if you see one missing, please tell me. I'm pretty sure I have every single one in here. And I was really wanting a way to show off every single one of the gyroids because I wanted to collect them all because, you know, a little bit of a completionist. And I was like, how am I gonna do it? How am I gonna do it? And I saw people making gyroid farms, and I was like, wait a minute. That's a great idea. And so I made myself like a little gyroid garden, and I just absolutely love it. It's so cute. They're all so cute. Look at them. Look at them. They're perfect. Also, this is a totally random side note. This one, this little speckled white one right here, I think it's called a Babeloid, I think. That is such an underrated gyroid. He is so cute. Look at him. Look at him. So cute. Everyone's freaking out about the Squeakoid, which is cute, but look at him. Look at this man. He's perfect. Okay, enough about the gyroids. Moving on. After you come over this bridge is when you kind of get into the shopping district, which everything is a mess. There's flowers and weeds everywhere. I know that all needs cleaned up, but I do like how this kind of came out in my shopping district with my two shops next to each other. I used to have a coffee shop here, but then Brewster opened up shop and I was like, don't need this anymore. I'm having to cut out me blowing my nose like a blue jillion times. It's terrible. You count your lucky stars you're not hearing this noise that's coming out. Anyway, here is another little flowery area. I will probably turn this into a bit of a garden and leave it over here. Here is my ramen shop. I think I'm going to kind of expand this and have 2 stalls in it. And then over here is going to be maybe like a sweet shop. I'm not super sure yet, and I'm going to find a new place for these vending machines as well. Here is resident services. There's not really much going on down here. All my beaches are just like a few random beach items thrown on the ground and I'm like, voila, decorated. Perfect. So not much going on over there. As you come over here, it's just resident services, not super decorated. Probably needs a little TLC, but you know, it's okay. Again, my beaches, not super well decorated, just a few beachy items thrown on them. Here is my museum. I do like how my museum is set up, though the waterscaping could probably use a bit of work. And I'd like to expand this museum outdoor seating area, outdoor exhibit area a little bit. I think I could push this Triceratops back and add in another seat. So that might be something that I do in the future. Moving on over here. Oh, my mermaid beach. This is fun. I like this little like mermaid lounge area. I think it turned out nice. Not a lot going on over here until we get to my little housing district. So here in the housing district, everybody has pretty small yards. I mentioned earlier, I thought we were gonna get a lot more buildings. So I was like, okay, I really need to conserve my space, and I didn't really need to. Julian probably has the biggest yard just because he's on this edge with no path next to it, so he kind of got lucky. And here he is doing some yoga or something. The rest of the yards are pretty well decorated too. Here's Roscoe's yard. Petrie is the only person who's not staying. This is her yard. It's decorated like this because Portia used to live here, so I was thinking about getting rid of Teddy, but I've really just gotten so attached to him. He's just so cute. Another shot of the campsite area. This is the other side of the river, so we're kind of back where we started. So that is most everything on my island. I think I have a little bit more on this beach over here. Oh yeah, my little ice cream shop here. Oh, so cute. I really lucked out with this rock being so big. But that is my island, and honestly, there's not too much left to do. I kind of like it being a little more naturey, but definitely enough work to keep me busy for a little while before I release my dream address, and I'll probably think of some more things while I'm, you know, finishing up little builds and such. All right, this brings us to the end of this kind of strange video. I know there wasn't like a main goal in this video, but I really appreciate you sticking with me and watching it as I recover from my cold and all that fun stuff. So hopefully my next video will be me building kind of like a little sweet shop or maybe a little donut shop in that area that we looked at next to the ramen shop. You know, I'm having a really good time getting back into Animal Crossing. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And have a great day. Bye.